for you to be in your season, you have to be in alignment with what it is that you're trying to receive. And I'm going to try to explain that in a way that you never heard before. A lot of people like to project this is your season, this is your time. But it's like, if you haven't been putting in the work, if you don't have the energy, if you don't have the effort, if you don't have the tools, the resources, and the knowledge, it's not your season. And I think that's why a lot of people are discouraged and also misled, because a lot of people have hopes and expectations of receiving something, but they're not doing anything. So logically, it's going to seem impossible. So instead of doubting yourself and having these fears and projecting low vibrational energy, or just assuming that it's not a possibility, this is what you need to do in order for it to be your season. Number one, you have to let go of the time on when your season is going to be, because your season is going to happen when it's in alignment with you. So for example, if you are trying to lose weight and the season is the result of you losing weight, before you can see the results of you losing the weight, you have to exercise, you have to diet, you have to prep yourself, and then you have to prepare yourself, and then you have to take action in order for it to be your season. So there are steps in order to get to your season, is what I'm trying to say. You have to take certain steps in order for it to be your season. Unless you believe in like an ancestors, God, and universe, other than that, it's up to you to get to where you need to be. And this is not to force religion onto anybody, because you guys know we don't do that over here. People are allowed to do what they want. Take what resonates, leave the rest. But when it comes to your season, you have to be showing up consistently. You have to be committed. You have to do the things that are required of you to even get into that moment. Just like I've made a video previously, your success is not going to happen overnight or within a certain amount of time if you're not doing anything to get there. It requires a lot of energy and effort in order for it to be your season. So when people tell you it's your season, the reason why a lot of people get discouraged, or I've received messages and questions and concerns about doubt, is because they're not doing anything, or they've been doing everything and they don't see any results from it. Depending on what you're doing, speaking from experience, it's going to take a lot more energy and effort, because if you want something that takes a lot of time, it's going to require a lot of maintenance. And that's what a lot of people also are not telling you when it comes to your season. You are the only person who knows what you're doing. Other people don't know what you're doing. Even if you told people what you're doing, they still heard that information for you. So you're the one who has to get up every single day and do the task and the requirements. It's not them. So also, while you are preparing yourself to take action so you can receive the things you want, you have to tune out any noise and any distractions, and you have to continue to show up until you get the things that you want. Like, that's when it's your season. Your season is when you've done everything that you know you're supposed to, and the results start to show up and speak for itself. But to have this idea that this is your time and you haven't put in any effort and you haven't put in the energy is very misleading. And as your favorite mental health specialist, as a person, as a businesswoman, just as a respectful rich auntie, as a goddess, as a lady, whatever you guys want to label me as, if I didn't have respect for myself, I wouldn't be honest about it. It is very misleading to tell people it's their time and it's their season when you don't know what these people are going through. I would never inform or educate you guys with information that I don't have factual knowledge with or experience myself. Not to prove a point, not because I think I know everything, but because I only know what I've been experienced with. I only know what I've been exposed to, and I do take the time to educate and inform myself. And I'm very open-minded when it comes to receiving information to expand what I've learned, to teach the information, because it's one thing for people to give advice that they actually don't follow versus people who are in the process of taking their advice and they're seeing the results show up. That's the same thing when it comes to your season. Your season is whenever you are in alignment with the things that are meant to happen to you. And a lot of people also like to just talk about, well, all you have to do is be delusional and pretend. I'm not for that. I'm not saying that you can't be delusional and pretend, but it's like if you really want to receive something, you just have to believe in it and you just have to put in the work and you have to trust the process. You guys know I try to make things very simple. I don't want to make things more complicated. It's nothing wrong with looking at life like that, but over here, we are very much, okay, grounded. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having an imagination, but being delusional and having an imagination are two different realities. So without going too far into the rabbit hole, without making this more complicated and complex, if you want it to be your season, you have to start doing things that are required of you. So what can you do to start doing the things? You need a to-do list. You need a calendar. You need to start waking up at a certain time. I'm not telling you that you have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, but you have to start small before you can get big. So if you're trying to lose weight, that was the example and the analogy that I gave. And let's just say 3 months or 30 days. You got to start taking time. Let's just say 5 minutes to an hour. I don't know. I'm not a fitness trainer. Just example. Follow me, guys. Use your imagination. This is where you use your imagination. But however much time it takes for you to lose weight a day, you have to commit to. So you got to make sure you're setting, let's just say 30 minutes to an hour to exercise. Let's just say you have to start drinking water, 1 cup of water every day, every 3 hours, whatever it is. You know, and that's another reason why I don't tell you guys what to do. You cannot force people to do things they want to do. And just because certain people are doing things doesn't mean it's going to resonate with you. You have to be mindful of what is being projected onto you and who you're listening to. And once again, it's not to discredit people, because I know some people have genuine intentions and they want, people to support them. And some people are really lost and they're confused. But for people who are confused and are really suffering, that can make you feel discouraging. And it's not to, like I said, it's not to discredit or make it seem like we know anything more than the next person. No, like we're all about informing and educating. But I know from experience that if I was just to tell you guys, oh, this is your time, this is your season, no. What I can tell you is that if you start applying information today, because I do use those keywords like today and right now, that can make a difference. And the difference between today and now versus this is your time and this is your season is because when you make up in your mind that you want to do something and you start to put in the work, that's when your life changes. The change doesn't have to be drastic. So today, if you decided when you came across this video that you wanted to lose weight, the fact that you mentally have this as an idea and you put it in your mind, and then tomorrow you started taking action by taking at least an hour to exercise and drink 1 cup of water or whatever it is to lose weight, that's when you're going to be able to say, okay, I can start to expect my season to happen because I'm putting in the things that I need to. I'm taking the steps. I've started. It's a difference between starting something and receiving it. You can't receive something if you don't start it. So I do use keywords like if you do this today, if you start today, or if you start now, or whenever you come across this video. But that's if you're serious. And that's a whole different topic within itself. In order for it to be your season, you have to be serious. You have to know, boys and girls, that it's going to work out for you. You have to know, like before you commit to anything, speaking from experience, before you sign that line, before you sign that paperwork, you have to know this is going to work out for me when I do this. It's not about how, but it's when. So instead of saying, if this works out for me, if I know this is going to work out for me, I'm waiting on when. And if you do have to wait, because once again, you don't know what it's like to receive something until you receive it, wait. You just have to know that this is going to work out for me. As long as I show up 30 days to lose this weight, I'm going to lose this weight. As long as I show up for this month to exercise, I'm going to see results. It's knowing. And that's why I say we don't have to be delusional. Like, you don't have to be delusional if you know something is going to work out for you. Once again, I understand where people are coming from. Like I said, I just like to make things very simple. I believe in simplicity. Let's not make things over, because to me, that's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It can be anxious. And that's what we don't want. As a mental health specialist, if I'm here to inform and educate you guys, the way you guys inform and educate me, we have to be on the same page. We're not making things complicated than what it needs to be. If it's not your time, it's not your time. You have to go back to the drawing board. You have to go back in the field. You got to keep your head down. You got to keep putting in the work. Because once again, it's not you receiving the things that you want. It's after. Because here's the thing. Let's just say that you want a brand new house or you want to lose weight. Once you lose the weight, once you get that brand new house, are you going to continue to work out? Or you're just going to be okay with where you are? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you just have to know what it is that you want, and you have to know how it's going to affect you. Like, if you want a house, now that you got the house, how long do you plan on living here? Are you going to be able to maintain the maintenance? Are you going to be able to follow the rules of your HOA? Like, it's a lot more than just receiving the things that we want. So I'm not going to tell you this is your season, because you know what you need to do. And if you guys have questions about what you should be doing, let me know what it is that you guys need advice on or a different perspective, as well as follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Ty_Guidance to stay up to date, TYI_GUIDANCE, and on TikTok at TYI.guidance, okay? And if you guys want a one-on-one session or have any questions or concerns, feel free to click the link down below. Head to my website. My business hours are from Monday through Thursday, okay? But you got to relax, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Don't do short breaths. I'm only doing short breaths because I'm about to end the video, but it's your season when it's your time. So don't worry about anybody else who's not doing what you're doing. Don't worry about other people receiving the things they want. Just continue to do what you need to do, and just know that it's going to work out. It's going to work out. It's just, if you're doing something that's never been done before, or if you're doing something by yourself, or regardless, it's going to take time. And honestly, in those moments of you taking your time to do what you need to do, be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself. And I think I'm going to write that down for the next topic. Let me know if you guys have any, like I said, specific topics you want me to go over. Feel free to comment down below. But you need to be proud of yourself. And if nobody told you, I'm proud of yourself. But I need you to be proud of yourself more than I'm proud of yourself. Like, other people telling you that they're proud of you, it's nice. But if you know you're doing what you can during your waiting period and you're showing up every single day, it's going to work out. So I love you. Until next time, bye.